big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact line?
2015.
2014.
2014 and
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
that's exactly right.
Okay, let me give y'all some backstory really quickly. Here's what's happening. There's a meeting here at the White House, and this meeting was brokered because y'all know Trump has already said, if I was in office, this war would have never happened. I wouldn't have allowed it to happen, right? But I wasn't. We had Jellybag Joe, soy boy Joe Biden in office, who didn't have a backbone, who really wasn't running anything. The war ended up happening. Putin invaded Ukraine. Now, there are reasons for that. And here's what I don't want you guys to think. I'm not a Putin apologist, but I kind of understand Putin's perspective on this. And I kind of have a little bit of geopolitical insight as to what's actually going on, why Putin is so pissed off, and why he has issues with Zelensky. And then I understand Trump's position. Trump is like, listen, we're trying to avoid World War III. We need to broker a peace deal. I wasn't in office when this war started, and America has been bankrolling a lot of this war, and we don't want to do this anymore. Okay? Putin has already invaded. He done took possession and occupied some territory. Zelensky, you don't have a dog in this fight, and you have no negotiating power. Your people are dying. Let's get to some peace. Here's what I think. When I'm looking at Zelensky, his body language, the way he came dressed, he is using this optic, this news photo optic in order to craft a shareable narrative to the American people. Trump keeps talking about we're making a deal. We want peace. And instead of him talking about peace, he wants to cry a river and explain about how bad Putin is and what Putin did and how long back this goes. And we know all of that, but that's not where we are right now. We're here now. We're here now, and we need to be talking peace now. Correct? He don't want peace, though. What he wants is to act like a petulant child and continue this war that he cannot win on our dime. And what's going to happen here is Trump is trying to continue to move to a peace deal negotiation. And what this little Negro gonna try to do is try to use our media to get the message that he wants the narrative that he wants the American people to know. And it's gonna go left real quick. I'm not gonna play all of it. I'm gonna try to fast forward it to the part that I want y'all to see, where my boy JD had to put that thing down on Zelensky. Let's see if this is it.
I've actually watched.
Okay, we're close.
Into this conflict and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring it into this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine? That you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Count once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems, even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future.
He should have never said that. He should have never said that. Okay, let me help you understand what's going on. JD Vance is like, first of all, little man, you have some nerve. First of all, you don't come dressed appropriately. That's just disrespectful, okay? He never shows up in a suit. The media asked him at one point, like, why is it you keep showing up like you just crawled out of bed? You don't think when you are a head of state and you come to meet with other superpowers of the world, heads of state, why aren't you dressed appropriately? And I know some people are like, that's an inconsequential detail. No, it's not. This is men. These are men talking, right? These are alphas in the room. Trump is an alpha. I would probably say JD Vance is an alpha, but he ain't the top dog alpha in the room. Trump is the alpha in the room. And JD Vance is an alpha too. You men size up other men, right? It's all in the handshake and how they shake their hands. The whole goal is, I'm going to shake this man's hand, and the goal is to break his hand. Now, I'm just saying, not literally, but figuratively, they are exerting power, right? So to show up to a meeting like this and you're not dressed the part, that's already a sign of disrespect. 2, your body language and your posture. This peon here is sitting with his arms folded, and watch his body language. When JD Vance is talking to him, right? He's grimacing his face. Get it? I get it. My face ain't sanctified either. When someone says something to me, y'all know how I am. I just be like, I have like these faces because I'm communicating with my face that I don't like what I'm seeing. This is bothering me. I'm annoyed. You sound dumb. What? Like my face has all of these is a non-communication, non-verbal communication. Zelensky sitting here with his arms folded. And did y'all hear what he said? He said, you have oceans between us, but eventually you're going to find out. To me, that was a veiled threat, implying that there's all this water, but one day you're going to experience some unintended consequences despite the distance between us, you and Europe, or you and China, or you and Russia. And JD Vance is like, say what now? And then Trump jumps in, is like, what? Who do you think you're talking to? After our money has been helping you fight a war that you cannot win. You are outnumbered. You don't have the manpower. You don't have the resources. The topography of Ukraine, there's nowhere to hide. It's just open. And so when JD Vance is trying to explain to him, like, you are not in any position.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You
God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly what
Remember
you're
this.
doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position.
This man has been taking our money. We've been bankrolling this to help his little ungrateful behind out. And Trump is like, first of all, you're in no position to be telling us nothing. Okay, we will pull the plug on this so fast and tell Putin, just blow it up. Just blow it all up. But he don't want to do that. Trump is trying to broker peace. If this dude was really about brokering peace, he'd be like, listen, y'all helped us out. Before all of this happened, Zelensky kept bringing up, Trump kept saying, Europe is not pulling their weight, helping you enough. They're helping, but they're not helping like we are helping. And Zelensky, instead of acknowledging that, he just kept going around this mulberry bush, kept bringing up what Europe is doing, and instead of being grateful, implying that America is not doing enough to help him. So this is why these alphas in the room are losing their patience, because they're like, we don't need this. You are in our home, in our country, on our turf, being disrespectful. Who do you think you are? And you ain't got on a suit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all like, it's a sign of respect. He never does it. I'm going to play it some more. And then I'm going to show you this other video that's going to help you. All this effeminate energy that's coming from that side of the room, from Zelensky, you're going to see it.
And he happens to be right about
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having
Not
cards.
playing cards.
Right now, you
I'm
don't.
very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War III.
what you're
You're
speaking
gambling
about?
with
What are you
World
speaking
War
about?
III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country.
I'm
That's
with
back
all
to
respect to
you.
your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said
very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once this
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
have you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for
What-
the United
what
States
you're
of America
speaking about?
and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you
He's
can...
not speaking loudly.
Did y'all hear that? He basically told JD, oh, so you think because you talking loudly that what you're saying has more significance? And Trump is like, first of all, he's not speaking loudly. He's speaking matter of factly. And now they're losing their patience. They're like, we don't have to take this from this little dude. We don't have to take this. Who does he think he is? He was just campaigning for the opposition, and Trump is still coming in like, listen, we trying to help you, pimping, but you ain't making it easy for us. I'm gonna let it play a little bit more.
He's not speaking loudly. Your country's in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No,
Can
you've
I
done a lot
answer?
of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not
I
winning.
know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of
we are
coming out
staying,
okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid
thank you.
president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment,
You
and you
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What
Notice how Trump wants to leave the Ukrainian people out of this and just deal with him. Because Trump has said plenty of times during this meeting, your men have been very brave, but the way you are shepherding and stewarding the resources that we're giving you, you cannot win this war. He said the last idiot in chief gave you $350 billion, gave you all of this equipment, gave you this, gave you that. You can't win. Instead of him humbling himself, saying, you know what? He's right. And we're bleeding resources. We're not going to have much of a country left if we continue fighting this war. Instead of him humbling himself and doing that, he wants to go toe to toe with Trump. I'm like, are you crazy? Have you gone mad? But I'm going to tell you what's going on with him. Do y'all know how this ends? This ultimately ends with them kicking him out. They were supposed to have lunch. He like, no, you got to go. We're done here. He's made it very clear. This meeting was not held in good faith, where the idea was for peace. Zelensky doesn't want peace. I have reason to believe that he is taking the money from America and he's using a portion of it, or a good significant portion of it, to enrich himself. He effectively is bowing the knee ideologically to the rainbow cult. And I'm going to show you why I believe that. The whole reason why Putin does not want Ukraine in NATO, one, is too close for comfort. And Putin is also like, listen, we are already experiencing an ideological war on our side. We have a resurgence of the Christian Orthodox Church here. We recognize how communism was bad for us. We want more conservative values. We need to be having babies. So therefore, we don't want abortion over here. And we definitely don't want this freak nasty rainbow cult perversion over here. That stuff is not tolerated in Russia. Our previous administration has been slowly but surely exporting all of that sexual perversion, the gay stuff, the LGBT agenda. Yes, they've been exporting that, and they've been exporting abortion and all of these other leftist ideological worldviews that a lot of nations do not want in their country. And a lot of that has to do with why Putin is pissed. And Trump He's glad that Trump is in because he knows Trump is not going to allow the proliferation of that to happen some more. And Zelensky is all for that mess. When the last administration was like, you need to have a gay pride parade, because that's their tell. That's their tell. When you bow the knee to the LGBT agenda, that's how they know they got you. Zelensky did it. And I'm about to show y'all this video. I'm about to show you a video, and you're going to be like, what the heck is this? What is this man doing? He is all about that. And this is one of the reasons why Putin has an issue with him. Where's his video? Y'all ready? Now, when I show you this, you tell me, is this an alpha male that's trying to be a big dog and assert some power over somebody? Did y'all see that? Do I need to play it again? Do he look hard to you? Does he look like somebody that's going to put up or shut up? What was that we just watched? Did y'all see that? Do I need to play it again? That was Zelensky. That was Zelensky bowing the knee to the rainbow cult. This is the mess that countries in Africa, China, believe it or not, and Russia, like, get this, we don't want this mess over here. And America, before Trump, was pushing this freak nasty stuff all over the world. Part of their agenda. And the rest of the world is like, we don't want y'all's food. We ain't trying to kill babies. And we don't want all this LGBT gay stuff. We don't want this. And that is Zelensky. He's not hard. He ain't scaring nobody. This is why JD Vance is like, you little ungrateful some of something. After all the money we've given you, and you're allowing your people to die in this senseless war because you just won't give up the ghost and get peace. And the thing about it is, he wants more money and resources, but he doesn't want to give up anything. So a part of this negotiation peace talk was like, all right, if we strike a deal where there's peace, we need some minerals because you got to pay us back. He's like a petulant child. His thing is, well, you gave me money. I want more. Why I got to pay you back? And Trump is like, Negro, you got natural resources over there that are useful to us. After everything we've done for you, that's the least that you can do. He don't want to talk about that. He wants more support. He wants more support. He wants more money, more resources, and he wants security. So how y'all going to protect me? What kind of security mechanisms are y'all going to put in place for me? And Trump is like, you got one more time to ask me for something else. One more time. In fact, get out. Now you got to get out. Get out my house. And Trump, you can tell because he's trying to leave the Ukrainian people out of this because he's like, it's been too much bloodshed. Too many people dying, and your men are brave, but they can only take but so much. And you don't seem to care about your own people. He's like, well, guess what? I care about the American people, and we're tired of bankrolling this war. So you either come to peace or I'm going to let Putin have his way with you. And I don't think that's what you want. Because after you prance around here like this little girly man, you don't strike me as the type that can. I'm just saying. Here's my question to you guys. I understand geopolitics is not like our main thing, and we don't really talk about it a lot on this channel. But how many of you agree with this war in Ukraine and agreed or supported us sending billions and billions of dollars over there? I believe there's something going on with how a lot of that war was funded, and a lot of that money is coming back to a lot of the lawmakers over here. Somebody's getting rich off of this war. That's why they didn't want it to end. And Trump is a pragmatist, like, listen, I'm about peace. I'm about to make money. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. This war is useless. It did not need to happen. If I was in office, it wouldn't have happened. So now I'm trying to come in and clean up the mess from the defunct previous commander-in-chief. I want to know from you guys. I'm trying to find out from you guys. What are your thoughts? What many of us may not understand that when you're in a diplomatic meeting like this, there's a decorum. There is a way to carry yourself because your body language can be misinterpreted. The way you carry yourself and the way you are presenting yourself, particularly when the media and the cameras around. If he was going to get froggy like this, he should have done this off camera behind closed doors. But for the public to see, he should have been like, yes, we want peace. We want this war to end. Let us do what needs to be done to stop the bloodshed. Thank you. Then when the cameras are off, that's when he was supposed to go ham and say how he really felt. You don't do that in the White House you don't go to a head of state and in front of the media, demonstrates an adversarial tone, an undiplomatic disposition. You show up dressed the part. You represent well. You don't sit there with your arms folded, rolling your eyes and snapping acting like a female, sucking his teeth. It was disrespectful. And for us, looking at it from the outside looking in, you might be like, okay, this is just, men and talking and engaging. It didn't seem that serious, but it is that serious when there's a war at stake and there are lives on the line. And instead of wanting to negotiate and come to a peace agreement, you keep asserting yourself, talking about what you're not getting when you've gotten more than enough from us. We don't owe you anything. Like JD Vance is trying to tell him, and what we gave you, we didn't have to do, but we did. But we can show you better than we can tell you. It is disrespectful. It's very disrespectful. There's backstory to this. I would suggest if you really want to be brought up to speed in terms of what is happening in Ukraine and why Putin feels the way that he feels, watch that Tucker Carlson interview where he interviewed Putin. You really got to be in the politics to enjoy it though, because he's speaking Russian. So Tucker's talking and then there's an interpreter and Putin long-winded. Like he like an old Baptist preacher. Like he gonna slow drag that text. You'll be like, all right, Putin, do we really need this history lesson? But you do it'll help you understand him a lot better. I do believe that Putin has recognized the error of his ways. And the reason why, you can have people like Jasmine Crockett out here talking about, Trump likes to pal around with Putin. What Trump is trying to demonstrate is like, I'm not on anybody's side. I am a negotiator. I bring parties to the table and it has to be a win-win for everybody. His thing is Putin took some bullets during the Russia hoax because what the left over here tried to do was stoke tension between America and Russia where none existed by trying to imply that Russia was involved in our elections when they weren't. That was a lie that Hillary started and the liberal left started, and it could have caused major problems. And instead of Putin never retaliated, he never did anything. He just took that on the chin. And him and Trump had to work that out because he's like, listen, I know you ain't had nothing to do with that. I know you didn't. That was a lie. I know it's a lie. You know it's a lie. We good? We good? They did the male head nod, did the fist bump, and there's peace. But he dealt with that. And so Trump is like, we're not about to start no beef with him over this, over Ukraine, because we don't have anything to do with this. Trump is like, this is not our fight. And we've been helping you, giving you money, giving you resources and weapons. And this is how you repay us? Demanding more stuff? I got your stuff. I'm about to kick your behind out this White House, make you walk your behind back over to Ukraine. That's what's about to happen. That's the energy Trump is coming with, and that's why. So, yeah, it's just bad.